What is going on, folks? It is your boy Blake Money, Blake Weather. Welcome to an episode of Nine Nerd Yards reaction / breakdown / quick analysis. The show after the show. This is the after party. Everybody wants to come to the Jay-Z and R. Kelly we're talking about. We're not going to bring up too much of R. Kelly, but this is the one they were talking about. This is the one. This some for the kids. This is some for the kids.
Maybe a little bit.
I shouldn't say that either with R. Kelly.
Right?
You know what? I'm just going to move on.
Guys, did something happen to R. Kelly?
And starting off the show, we're going to bring on Kenya, a.k.a. Jeff. Jeff, how's it going, man?
Pretty all right. How about you guys?
Pretty chill, man. Next up on the panel, we got Tracy Lives, a.k.a. Terry. Terry, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm feeling fantastic. I mean, they're just checking off my list. Check neck. I'm loving it.
I love it. And then the man of the hour, the man, the myth, the legend of Nine Nerd Yards. We're not here without him. It's Nine. Nine, how you doing, baby?
I'm doing good. I'm mucking, baby. I'm mucking hard right now. You know what?
Can you mind breaking down what exactly is mucking?
I mean, he explains it in the song. You know?
Illuminati sex, man. I love it. Well, speaking of some Illuminati sex, we just got our minds Illuminati sex with Atlanta season 4, episode 1 and 2. We just came off watching both of them back to back. I'm just gonna start off. Nine.
Oh my God.
What did you think? Thoughts. First of all, just thoughts. Was it splatter out thoughts?
I was actually messaging Dion. You know, my homeboy Dion. He was on my season 3 episodes.
Yeah.
7 video or whatever, and he said one word. So if we can all go around, my one word was phenomenal. Phenomenal opening. I loved it. I felt a few different ranges of things as I'm like saying way more than one word, but yeah, I like that we were getting answers. We get closure of a lot of different things, and then it's kind of like a springboard to see exactly where where the season's heading. So
of course,
that's me.
Tracy, what you got, man?
I'm glad it's kind of confirming that their Atlanta is just this weird Twin Peaks-esque horror movie that just kind of happens, and that it feels like it's real. All of that stuff that just keeps happening in the fake episodes and everything, it's all real. That's their universe. We're seeing their just crazy ass universe of stuff that just happens. But yeah, I would say those 2 episodes, mind blowing.
Love it. What do you think? What do you think, Kenya?
First off, Terry, I gotta give you props for that Twin Peaks reference there. That is exactly how that fucking felt, man. Shit, I don't know. I guess my word would be, dude, perfect. It was everything I could have wanted out of 1 episode, let alone 2.
Yeah,
I would say Atlantastic. That would be my word.
Fantastic.
Make your word.
Atlantastic. I just made it up,
good.
and it's funny. I can say it, and if you've watched these 2 episodes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I got very Twilight Zone vibes.
Yep.
Still got the horror vibes that is the wonderful world of Atlanta, and then you get the sort of the realism, surrealism, the pettiness. The pettiness is so. But this time in this season hard. we have Earn pettying. So Petty LaBelle, Tom Petty. He's all.
We got Spike Jones over there.
The pettiest little horse.
The pettiest little horse.
But I mean, Blake, you said it, and it was something that we actually said during the commercial breaks. It's the most Atlanta that it's ever been.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. And it just kicks off right with like the whole, you know what reminded me of the way it kicked off in season 1, and I'm sure that or episode 1, and I'm sure this is what they were going for, right? With like all the riots happened in 2020, and like even I remember all like it was like Targets and like yada, and so it very much and like of course, yeah, and
it's
of
like
course
commercials
like
now.
Yeah. And I love how
Love
they
that.
they never reference. You know where they're at, but you never see like a target sign. But you see the red
You don't even
sign.
see
You
the
see the red.
logo.
Yeah, no logo, no nothing. But you can clearly tell if you've spent
You
2
know.
seconds inside of a Target. You know it's a Target.
Yeah.
And you know
and of
what the
all
opposite of a Marshall's is a Target.
Yeah, that was like a little sneak diss by Darius.
It
and
was
of all things for Darius to be returning to, God bless an air fryer.
right.
Right.
I realized I had an oven.
But
Dude, air
also
fryers
made-
are so dope, man. I actually want to get me an air fryer, but who knows? I might
That's how you know
regret
you
The
made it. That's
only
how
thing
much
I
you love it.
really use my air fryer, which I got for free from someone for, is reheating fried foods. Not cooking fried foods, just reheating it.
it. Okay.
Yeah, it's-
Evidently,
like
it's
all
also
the
real
grease.
good for reheating pizza. I've never tried it though.
mm.
Shit.
Nice.
Check Kenya out on the cooking channel that we're about to drop.
It's also apparently good for reheating seasons. Am I right? Am I
Hey-o!
right?
Hey.
So I think that brings us into a good part where it's also a bit confusing because I still don't know what time we're doing because in real world, that Target getting trashed was like right after George Floyd in the beginning of the BLM movement. But in Atlanta universe, hell, when they were in Europe, Black Lives Matter was going on because that one guy was wearing that the life preserver with it on there, you know?
Right. So this is sort of the thing about Atlanta, right? Is they just take real life things and they sort of just toss it in with
Wherever.
however is convenient. Yeah, however is convenient for the universe, which is
Yeah.
utterly fantastic because you kick off and it's like a store riot. Like we're gonna start a season like that. Like, all right, let's see what's going on, man.
Yeah.
It's like a historical fiction, but instead of like a historical period, it's what's happening right now.
And I do think that's interesting because I was trying to place where they were in the time frame. It could have been. It felt like Van and Earn were like this, you know what I
Oh,
mean? Like they
yeah.
were kind of like they're going on trips together and like kind of like go shopping. He's taking her to go pick up a new phone, which is like the most boring, mundane relationship thing you do if you're like actually in a solid relationship. You know what I mean? Like you
Right.
don't just go out and pick up a new phone with on like, you know, just trying to like mend things together type thing.
me
No.
and Jeff do it all the time. It's great.
But then
Well, I mean, we're in a
also
serious
we
committed
know that
relationship.
in last season Black Panther 2 was premiering.
Lorenz Tate.
So
Can I say real quick how fucking hilarious of FX to have the thing that shows up right
to put
before this episode was Black Panther.
before Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah.
How meta. We're in a simulation,
Oh,
guys.
dude.
Yeah.
So good.
Also-
But then when we're starting off though, are we going to be running down the episode?
We're just
How
gonna
do you
kind
guys
of
feel
go
about this?
all over. I mean, we got 45 minutes to go all over where we want to and
Okay,
dabble in
yeah.
wherever we want to.
And so, I mean, like this is the beginning of the end or whatever, and it starts off with Darius returning an air fryer in the midst of a riot. I like that he he was just so oblivious to the situation, right?
Yes.
Which is so
So
Darius.
Darius.
Yes.
But then also getting himself wrapped up in this It Follows situation with a lady that's trying to stop. She's in a wheelchair.
the
Why
shittiest
does she
jousting
care?
night ever.
Why does she care? Tracy, tell me.
Because she would just rather die than you steal from Target.
No. Because she'd just rather die than a black guy steal from Target.
Ooh.
Exactly.
And
If he
then-
was white,
and-
she wouldn't give a shit.
And then the way it ends is such like, and then it just cuts. Like I was like, oh no, baby,
Mm-hmm.
homegirl got
Mhm.
shanked. Kenya,
Right?
you got shanked.
Kenya gets shanked.
Probably.
Right before we heard that, I put in my note, Kenya gonna get joust stabbed because I called that lady the worst jouster ever.
Yeah. Okay, and Fire and Blood style just.
Next Game of Thrones is just Kenya versus wheelchair lady.
But it turns out that Darius was able to run that errand while Al just sat in traffic, right?
Dude, Started off interesting.
Why let's ask the real questions. How did that lady have enough electricity in that damn chair to be running around town, bro? Those things go out after like 4 hours, maybe 3.
Running on that Atlanta energy.
Well, yeah, like how far was this Target away from them in the traffic for them to like having to walk back and forth? Then,
well, that's what I'm saying.
It's
It's like that. It's definitely it follows, right? Because it just persistently is coming at you.
Or like the ring.
As soon as
he had to pass it off because there was the
you pass off the thing to the other person, and now you're it. Now it's following you.
The part that they didn't show us, the reason why the shitty jouster is a hypocrite is because she stole a car battery from there, and that's how she kept going.
Absolutely.
Deleted scene. And then we have the whole Blue Blood, right? Rapper, sort of scavenger hunt with Paperboy on his own little side. Everybody has their side quests. And it's sort of, I kind of like that they started it off with everybody in their own little side quests.
It was like everyone had their own little standalone in the same episode.
And then it all came back together. Like I was saying, I was getting hints of like Southbound.
Yeah, man. Just so Atlanta.
It's just so
all those interconnecting weird stories of them being in the same, eventually being all in the same place, really.
Right.
I
gotta say, I love that Al was basically doing that whole Blue Blood journey just on faith, which isn't a very Al thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just like, oh, I'm seeing some signs here and there. I'm just going to follow it, which that doesn't seem like it.
So who do we think Blue Blood was rapping? Like what hip hop artist, if any, do we think that was?
Childish Gambino.
See,
the death.
That's actually so. You're saying like who's the artist that was actually rapping the Blue Blood rhymes?
Yeah, that Blue Blood song that was going.
Oh,
that's a good question. It's like an actual like artist that we know.
I don't know. He sounded really good. And well, I was like, he kind of sounds familiar, but
I thought it was going to be Stephen Glover
earlier, but then I was like, no, it doesn't sound too much like him anymore.
Earl Sweatshirt is a really good guess because it is actually within style of Earl Sweatshirt. Right?
Yeah, because he had the same cadence in that earlier
song. Cadence. That's actually a really good guess.
I don't know.
But when so Al is sitting in traffic and then he hears about Blue Blood dying. And apparently Blue Blood had been dead for like 3 months or whatever. And that brought back a lot of like MF Doom vibes.
Yeah.
Because we heard about MF Doom like while after he died. But then I'm also thinking about like Nipsey Hussle.
And just to add this to this, MF Doom is one of the same days me and Nine. So,
shit.
I just want to add that. Yeah. I just want to add that in there again. I'm gonna add that in every single episode. I'm gonna be like, "Did y'all know MF Doom was born on our birthday?"
Blake just wants all the fans to know when to send birthday gifts.
I'm about to put on my MF Doom little.
Nujabus is another one where
like also Blueface
died, and then they didn't talk about it for weeks, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, he died."
Right. Well, so the end of it reminded me of who was that rapper that after he died, they put his body on stage.
Oh, the one in New York. Yeah.
Was it New York or was it DC?
I forgot his name.
He might have been DC. Yeah. It was some
because I was getting some of that feel from it.
That's right.
Yeah, I was expecting his body to actually be there, but I was like, well, if he died 3 months ago,
there's no way there's actually...
Back when we thought it was like a dream or something, I thought Al was going to walk up and see himself in the casket.
Yeah. And this was, this gave me very Twilight Zone vibes of very much like seeing that, being trapped in an area, seeing the X's. Like it's funny if like it's like, oh, I saw that dude, he was a bully in high school, and like, or like all this like past like trauma, and then just seeing it all, and it's so funny. They're walking down the thing and they're like, 12 o'clock, like this dude, 3 o'clock, right? This other person, they're like, oh my God. But it's so funny. But like that's what really made me think. I'm like, it really highlighted the surrealism so much to the point of like, I'm like, are they going to tell us this is a dream? Are they going to tell us?
There's a big,
something. This is like a simulation. What are they going to tell us?
So what we're talking about is that after, we are introduced to Darius and Al, and they're sitting in traffic. We then cut to Van and Ern showing up at Atlantic Station to go on their little pick up a phone date. And they're getting lost they're getting lost and they can't really get out of the area. And while they're doing that, they're noticing all of their other exits.
Yep.
And
Hilarious.
it's a Hotel California Overlook Hotel type of situation. You can check
Also,
out. You can never leave.
They both dated a lot of people.
They both dated a lot of people.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Also,
they're
I
both very attractive people. I bet they get around.
Small little tidbit: when they come out of the garage, they're in like area 5, and then when they come back, they're in area 6. So immediately, I knew they were lost. I was just like, "Oh, yeah, they're just immediately in a different area." But it's just so if you don't pay attention to it, of course, right? If you don't pay attention to it, you're gonna be like, "Yeah, they're lost." It looks like the same place, but they're just lost. They're just lost.
Nice.
But no, they parked in area 5, never went back. And then are in area 6 and then find the exit door.
Nice.
But anyway,
there's a big clue at the beginning of the episode when Van sees her boyfriend and she's like, "Are you still you're still working here?" And he just goes, "Yeah, I'm trapped."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when he said I'm trapped.
Like I cannot do anything else but work here. And I feel like that may be a bit of just like how people go through relationships. It's kind of weird to run into some
big metaphor.
I was getting a lot of metaphors or like callbacks to the Errand episode in season 3, episode 8, where a girl comes back to town and he's working at the old micro
Circuit
center
City or whatever.
City or whatever. And then we also get a little bit of a callback while Al is going on a scavenger hunt now. Inspired by Blue Blood's lyrics, he's in the theater, and we cut to him watching some guy like flamethrow some chick up.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, oh, that seems to be very reminiscent of Aaron's flamethrower situation in season 3. So I'm not sure if these are like playing off of each other, if that was a subtle callback.
They got to be,
anything.
I think little subtle tie-ins, subtle callbacks to previous events.
You know what I liked about their whole going around and seeing everyone thing was when they see Kenya again, and Kenya confirms that something fucked up is going on, and it's not just everyone like kind of like Truman showing it up, like trying to stay in character or some shit. She was like, I don't know, how long have I been here? And like she was getting freaked out. I like that part a lot. Yeah.
The last movie is that, what was the last movie at the Regal that you remember? She's like, "Now you see me too," and I was like, "Oh, girlfriend,
is that bad?"
Oh
no. You see me too.
It reminded me of, as soon as the vibe that I got. I don't know why. If anybody's seen the World's End, right? Or
the one with Simon Pegg.
Yeah, at World's End or something.
No, they do the World's End.
The World's End, and they do the beer tour in the city, but the city,
the pub crawl.
Not to give it away, but like the city's overtaken. It's in the preview. City's overtaken by robots.
Like 5 years old. I think it's okay to spoil it.
It's gonna be way okay. It came out last year, guys. Don't miss it. But yeah,
I got out of this place. I think I was.
But it reminds me.
Well done.
It reminds me of the people that were trapped in there. That were just like, just stop asking questions. Like, just go away.
Right.
And yeah, that's very much like that Twin Peaks. Like they're in a pocket dimension where they just can't escape, and you have to take the exit door out. And so when Errand and Van do find their way out of that parking garage, they get in there. What were they exactly going through? Because somehow Van was kicking Ern's head.
No, not
I don't know. They were like in a void.
Ern was like told her to kick him in the head.
Yeah, told her to kick him in there.
Yeah.
What were they?
Because he was stuck.
What was that? I don't know.
That was a very dark room.
Really strange.
And why were the walls?
Wet room?
Why were the fuzzy walls wet?
Oh, probably because they were smoking a Jeffrey. You got a pet furry wall.
Yeah, the furry walls. Yeah. Carpeted.
I'll be here all week, folks. But yeah, we got the Blue Blood, the whole scavenger hunt. We've got these two being lost in some pocket dimension. We got Darius running away from It Follows, and then somehow they all cultivate and meet up at the end. And I love how Ern says when they ask me, "You want me to take you back to your car?" He's like, "Nah, it can have it." Is what he says.
Yeah. Which
it can also, I thought it was they can have it.
They can have it.
They can have it.
They can have it.
But
so
also,
what? Like they could just ride around in the in their little pocket dimension.
Ern's got enough money now that he doesn't give a shit about an entire car
Oh yeah.
Right.
off that 15%.
Off that
Yeah.
15%.
So that's the thing, because like in when are we in the storyline? After, like, I've been trying to figure this out ever since season 2 ended, because we know that like when they got to Europe for season 3, they had been there back and forth. I'm trying to figure
We
out
got
how
a hint.
successful
We know
they
this
are.
is after Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's when Van goes, that was the last white American white guy I kissed.
Yeah,
Because she
that's
did kiss
actually
another
good.
white guy, but it was the French dude.
That's
So-
that's a good.
So
thing to
timeline,
know,
yeah. So timeline wise, let's just start off from season 2. We know at least 2 years passed by the time they're in Europe the second time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so from here, we're going to guess it's somewhere between that same year, between May and October. Why am I going to say May? I immediately thought of the the post-credit scene at the end of season 3 when he gets his bags. And he's like, no, I got all my bags. Were they from Europe? Or he said that they lost his bags, right? When he was on the second episode, he was like, yeah, they lost our bags, but it's whatever. Right. So is that sort of scene sort of a cutaway into his new life that bleeds into season 4, which is very, very Marvel-esque, right? Like if you watch Marvel movies, post scenes cut into the middle of the next movie sometimes, and it can absolutely do that. So, and then we know that it would have to be between that time, because if you looked at the poster, the Paperboy Comes Home poster, whatever, the one that's Training to the Bone episode, it's in October or November of that same year. So it's once Paperboy's back, but a little bit after it's his homecoming tour.
So are you saying that there's a possibility that when Ern gets other Ern's bag, it's after he's moved to LA?
No, well, it could
might be though.
I was thinking that it was he's still in Atlanta.
That's the last thing in the entire show.
Oof.
That would be very them to do.
Man, you know what? It's too early to tell, but I'm not even mad at that theory. Yeah.
Another thing we could use for time is Lottie, because they said they were trying to take her to Sesame Place. So it's like that's kind of aimed at kids, maybe like
4 to 6. Yeah.
Yeah, so it couldn't have been that much time, because she was trying to get in pre-K beforehand, and it's been 2 years, so she's like a first grader. So
I wonder if they
she's
got
still
her
in
into that
like
good one.
Sesame Place, so that might put her in like the second, third grade, right?
Right. That's actually a good catch right there.
When we see
like about a year or 2 has passed.
Yeah, we know that we see Lottie in this season, so I think we're going to be able to tell a little bit
so I was
about.
hoping like maybe they would show Lottie and we can get an age of her.
Yeah,
and then we can figure out based on that, we would know how many years have passed.
Yeah.
Now I do kind of want to dive more into the Al scavenger hunt, right?
Okay.
And like what that possibly kind of means for his character development, because obviously he's a famous rapper. He's made it big now, and someone that he used to listen to a lot has passed away, died. He's like kind of like 3 months ago, right?
Said that guy had a big influence on him.
Right. And now at the end of the scavenger hunt, gets to the funeral. That's for the true fans, and there's only 5 people that have, including Al, that have actually showed up. But like 3 months ago, like Blue I keep on saying
Blue Blood.
Blue Blood's wife or girlfriend or whatever is still doing waiting for people to show up and actually commemorate him.
When we first see her, I don't know about you guys, but I was like, she seems pretty okay at her husband's funeral. But when she explained it's been 3 months, that actually made way more sense to me, because I was like, okay, so she's had some time to grieve and stuff.
Right.
And they said, he had been sick, so I feel like, it was they know it wasn't like a sudden death.
What if she Tupac him? Just drop the
Yeah, that was Blue Blood that we saw die.
Oh yeah, that was actually Blue Blood that they killed in Amsterdam.
Did you notice the possible connection between what Blue Blood did and what Ern did in the second episode?
Like setting up a ruse.
Yeah, but not just that, but like also having to hire people and things like that. I mean,
Yeah. And what I'm also getting is that Ern is not all right. Okay,
No.
hold on. Before we transition to the second episode,
Yeah.
though, actually, let's cover that.
Just slide into it.
I guess we're at the end of the first episode of the season. They all meet up, and then they just kind of dip out, and Al's fucking is escalate actually.
But they also none of them address it. Al doesn't address the blue blood scavenger hunt. Darius doesn't address the jouster, and Van and Ern don't address the limbo they were in.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, they just say forget the car.
They're just like, no, this is just Atlanta, so we're just gonna keep it pushing, basically. But then at the start of this next episode, we realize that Ern is going to therapy, and he is talking to his therapist, saying that he has some pain in his chest, some heart problems, some stiffness. So if Ern's sick, then that definitely does call back to blue blood. He's putting on a ruse, and he's also feeling like sick and having heart problems. So, that is actually that's definitely a connection right there.
Yeah, it might be getting deep. And then maybe Paperboy will make a scavenger hunt album where you can come to Ern's funeral.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like blue blood was what his wife was also trying to tell him was, above all else, have fun doing it. Like,
I feel like that was the biggest lesson for Paperboy to walk away with. Right, we've already seen him in a weird place, like not sure if he wants to still do music stuff, and like, is he still feeling the vibe of it all, and like, is this too much of a toll? And like, I think this is sort of that fire that sort of would be like, you know what, like, I'm gonna do it for my dude because he inspired me. And like,
a question we still have from last season is, does he still have writer's block?
Maybe he won't afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Just have fun doing it. Yeah.
Have fun doing it.
But shout out so he went from his favorite movie being Mulan to Scarface, just like that.
I love how he was like, "Oh yeah,
that works."
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
I think I watched Mulan like 4 times when it came out.
I saw it in theaters with my mom. I was like 8. It was great. Yeah.
So
I mean, basically the same movies. If you
okay,
they ended a bunch of snow coming down.
What had snow?
A bunch of snow.
Different types of snow.
Sure, yeah.
So if we're sliding into episode 2, then a question I had was, so at therapy the first time, Ern mentions his probation. Is this still his probation from season 1, or has he now done something else to get on probation again? Because I don't think if he was on probation, he could have left the country.
You can.
You can for work.
As somebody
somebody
that may or may not about to be on probation, you can.
I mean, because Paperboy was definitely on probation. He was on full house arrest.
Right.
And he was able
true.
to leave the country.
That's
but
that's
that's
a good
because,
point.
he was on tour
Okay.
as a musician. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we are thinking this is probation extended from season 1?
I think so. And you know why? Because they just shit on Ern, like in season 2, episode 1. Like, that lady was so mean to him, and like just threw everything at him. And he's like, "What if I pay this off?" And she's like, "Can you pay it off right now?" He's like, "No." She's like, "What are you talking about? Like, shut up, take the probation."
Then shut the fuck up. How about that?
Yeah, essentially is what she told him that. But yeah, I love how the second one too. We all sort of thought, I think, in our own ways. I'm like, is this another one-off episode? It's gonna be about a white lady liking a black dude.
Yeah,
what is going on?
What was going on? And then to find out she was super racist at her job, though, because it was like she looks like, I thought it was gonna be some.
Tell me why I was rooting for her. I mean, I think it's still fucked up what Ern did, but like, I was rooting for her to get out of this thing. But it's funny to see that like she is, she has these prejudices towards Ern. But then it starts off with her like sneaking that link, lusting out of that postman.
But do you think it's because when he walked by and she's like, "Good morning, how's your day?" He just completely fucking ignored her? Do you think she just internalized that and
down horrendous.
Yep.
She's down horrendous.
Like, black guys don't talk to me, so now I can like exert my power over them, especially if I see them with like a black wife.
Exactly.
I know I can't get with them. I can like just torture them because I want me a black man and I can't get one.
Terry, are you a therapist? This sounds great.
Kind of like
he's just all in the heads of
racist white women. Lusting after, we clearly saw her lusting out of the black man, and I was just like, "Damn, this girl got jungle fever." This is a movie about this shit, and then like you get the end story, and you find out she was the evil racist lady the whole time. You're like, "Well, how does that work?" And it's like, "Well, it's probably what the built-in prejudice comes from." And then, like, she has power at her job.
Yep.
Like I was just, I flew in today back into Texas, and I was telling my cousin, I noticed all these new signs, and they're like, no verbal abuse, no yelling, don't even like look at us funny, don't fart in our direction. You will
end up CRT and woke culture.
She's exerting her power that she doesn't have in real life over these black men she can't have.
So this is jumping ahead a little bit, but Sasha, right? Did anybody else pick up that the reason Sasha pulled the shit she did is because she liked Ern and she was mad he was going with some other girl?
Yeah, exactly.
I think so.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she sees a black man and it's like, oh, well, he has a wife and he has a kid and they're trying to go on this lovely fucking vacation. And like the laughter part comes from like, oh, now I'm really ruining your vacation and destroying your little family outing because now I get to deny this. Like, when it was like, I can't believe she laughed at that. I was like, because she was trying to hurt you. And now she just found out she hurts you even more.
Yeah.
So I kind of I agree with his pettiness.
So now,
like, if you had the money, I mean, why not?
So if we were questioning Ern's story about like the whole airport thing, well, we now know it's true because he got vengeance on the lady.
I believed him. I believed him the whole time. You guys didn't believe.
I wasn't sure.
I wasn't. Yeah,
I wasn't sure about
what's going on. But I mean, he was being disingenuous, though.
Oh, facts
was what we picked up on, right? Yeah. I was like, "What is going on here?" I don't know.
His disingenuousness was hiding something because I felt that too.
The monster
I was like,
lurking inside.
Else going down.
So let's like actually take it to a serious note because we jumped ahead to the second session.
We're already there, yeah.
I mean, the second therapy session.
Yeah,
that he had.
Right.
But the first one was actually very revealing. We've been kind of waiting for these answers
Princeton story
for a long time, right? So
Princeton wants him to go back and do a speech.
Right, Princeton wants him to go back and do his speech, and that's, I mean, another big, a big indicator of how successful that Ern has and Paperboy have gotten. Because, like, what, Princeton is now wanting you to get an honorary. They agree to that, but you're still on the fence about it, bro. Right, that is nuts.
So how long was he at Princeton? Because if he was an RA.
At least 2-3 years. You got to do it right.
Yeah, like he
junior year or something.
He basically got to the end and then just decided not to finish.
Real quick about Ern's success, he also mentions the agency's giving me more and more clients. So we know that Ern's not just successful with Paperboy either. He's got other stuff going on too.
While he's telling the story, and the story is that, had this job interview and this girl that he was seeing basically kept this suit that he bossed so he can actually look good and fly as fuck for his job interview. Now, this caused him as an RA to just like go into her room and take the suit back. And that kind of just blew up in his face because he was kind of being profiled as as he put it, angry black man, or, kind of like a thieving type of black dude, an intruding black guy. So
language.
Right. They were using that language. He was about to get canceled for real, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, he did. So he has a lot of spite and pettiness towards these white women because Sasha, the person that kind of definitely fucked him over, took his suit and made him leave Princeton. even then, I felt like there was a underlying factor of when he was telling the story, and it like it like hit me a little bit when the therapist says that you feel this hurt, you felt like you're out of control because you
So-
were abused by a family member,
Mhm.
and the way that urn drops and the facade of like kind of that was the most genuine he has been the whole episode, and
whole
it's him
series.
Yeah.
the whole series.
First time we've ever seen him cry.
Absolutely. And he just breaks down so naturally. It just really put like something in my throat. I was just like, but
Mhm.
I was getting a lot of I don't know, like things make sense a bit
Right.
for his character, and those are the types of things that I feel like me personally have been craving so long
Yes.
from these characters in Atlanta. And I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited to see where it's going to go from here.
So
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that scene. I remember my first thought was, man, sometimes I just forget how talented Donald Glover is. The writing for this
Mhm,
and the
mhm.
acting that he put in there, I was just blown away.
Yeah.
Now,
I
did anyone have that story on their list of what could have possibly happened to Princeton? Because I was like, I think we're gonna get, or I was hoping that we got the Princeton reveal.
I thought one of y'all brought it up when we did the wants, and there was somebody wanting the Princeton background story as for what happened with her. But I could be wrong. But
I think that was Terry, but I think that both you and me were like,
I think
yes,
that
we
was-
need it.
We'll have to go back and look
Mhm.
at it. But
But I mean, I still thought it was a Green Street Hooligan situation, taking the rap for his roommate.
oh right,
I
yeah.
thought I honestly was going drugs related and saying that maybe he took the rap for somebody and didn't. Maybe we
I
need to bring up
thought it was.
Can you bring up the that
what?
script
I thought it was
from,
just
the
kind of like
pilot?
him being lazy. Like I thought he kind of just dropped out and just what Princeton just wasn't for him. I thought it was like kind of like the
No,
most
so
basic shit ever.
I know what Terry's talking about. They released the original script of
I
Atlanta
think you mean
season one.
Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy. They released the original script of Atlanta season 1, episode 1
Yeah.
that has Earn in the dean's office. Nothing's really revealed, but the dean's just like, you know, essentially why you're in trouble, and Earn doesn't say anything. And like he's like, Earn, what do you have to say? And before Earn says anything, it like cuts to another scene. You're not really given much, but you are with that scene where he's called into the dean's office that he talks about in the therapist's office. It's exactly what is referenced in the original pilot script. So yeah, and it was really telling is in that therapy session. It's quite common. Like you get to where the issue is right now, but then originally you get to the source of the issue. You trace it back because it's never about the one issue. It's never about what this is. It's about the thing that actually like sort of inflates the thing in front of you. And so that's why I liked how he grounded it back to, but this is all in reference to the time you were abused by your family member. And he's just like, man. And when you hit on those trauma nerves, like just to see Earn break down, usually what happens is like it's a one of two reactions. Either you give into it, which Earn did not take the box of Kleenex. And in fact, the next time that he came back, he shut down. Right? Like he was so hurt. Like I think he was so vulnerable. He realized he was just like, I'm not doing this again. I gotta do this again. I'm not gonna cry in front of this dude. Like, even though the dude was so kind to him and got him a little, floor pillow. Or whatever. Man, God bless that dude. But like Earn shut down. Earn essentially, not in a whole bunch of massive ways, right? But like he created this like petty situation with this other person, and then in the meantime was like, well, you got too close to me, so now I need to pull away, which is still it's unhealed behavior. And so when he says at the end of that episode, he's like, Yeah, he's like, I need to go back. I should go back to therapy.
I really gotta go back to therapy.
Just sitting at a bar alone at your rap party after just conquering your villain, just like
with
yeah,
2 drinks, by the way.
Fucked up. Yeah, I need to go. But yeah, he's just like, oh yeah, you've given me so many tools for me to actually work through my problems. I was like, I don't know, man. You seem
What tools are you about to take, bro? Like
That therapist
yeah.
was not buying
Yeah,
shit.
you got your tool all right.
Brace yourself, fool.
When we all go back and rewatch, during that scene where he's talking about Princeton, I want us all to pay attention because I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. But Ern says something about medicine. I think Ern was going to go into medicine at Princeton.
That's really interesting too, right?
Yeah, because he did say it's an honorary degree. I can't go into like medicine.
That's what it was. Yeah. But but he wasn't like medicine or law or something. He specifically only said medicine. Tracy, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, Tracy. And shout outs to Tracy. We haven't even really mentioned. He's back in the episode. He's back in the season. He's back in Atlanta.
Oh my god,
we all laughed when he came on screen. If you don't laugh when you come on screen, you don't have a soul.
Thank God we were muted.
You heard his voice, and then he was still being so Tracy while doing his job. Dude. Like, bro, why are you on the phone handling this business like this lady? And he was like, no,
$400.
Well, yeah, hilarious. But I think it was just a smart move because they're just like in and out very quick. She's going to want this so bad. So like, Ern is a master manipulator. You know what I mean? He had to know what he was interested in, like what her dream was, and then he had to give that to her, and then get a bunch of black kids to call her stupid.
Oh my god! I kind of called something was going on, and something was kind of funny, like the way the kids were just dissing her so well, and like at every single turn they could like think of a diss. And I was like, this has to be kind of scripted for them. I'm like, I don't think this is a natural setting anymore. Something's not right here. And I thought maybe that the dude was just setting her up just to steal her money and just like, and definitely hire those kids to like test her or something.
I was my main thing, I didn't catch on the kids doing something, but I was like, the lady in charge of this would absolutely be shutting this down. She's up to something too. And when I realized afterwards, taking away, not letting the dog come in, that was a way to fuck with her too, because she takes away her emotional support animal.
That's diabolical.
She did the FAA thing.
Yeah.
It is so diabolical.
I guess that should have been our clue right there, because she said this is the FAA approved.
Absolutely.
And then she said, "Oh my god, yeah, I was wondering about that." Like,
she goes, I got it at my job. It's FAA approved. Yeah, she worked at the airport. Like it was implied right then.
It's like,
I thought it was a callback to when Ern worked there.
It was that power shift right there.
It could be a callback to Ern working there too, right? Like I don't think they do anything by accident.
Maybe they did work together too. Yeah, Ern worked at a goddamn airport.
So maybe she's got bad blood with Ern from then, and it wasn't just because he's a black guy. It was specifically because he's Ern.
That is.
We're getting deep.
Okay, like I'm kind of like,
or I mean, maybe he just like used like Swift, or maybe Swift might come back. I kind of thought Swift would come back right here because maybe he was still at the airport.
That's checking off Blake's.
Get the information about this lady. Because we can assume maybe he worked at the airport, so it's probably the same air. It was probably Atlanta Airport.
I can only assume so.
Yeah, it has to be.
This episode may be a lot more interesting than I'm thinking. I mean, this episode was fucking fantastic, but maybe it's a lot.
There's a lot more. I think there's a lot more layers to this.
I know I missed at least half of it.
Right. Yeah. This is simply our, we're
first initial
reaction, sort of thoughts.
That's why I love watching it over and over.
Initial analysis. Me and the boys will come back with our own maybe deeper analysis, top 3 things that we noticed that we didn't notice on this first go round. Nine always releases his amazing breakdowns, analysis videos. He just released the one for season 1, episode 1, The Big Bang. Everybody go watch it. incredible. Go get mucking. Go get your muck on.
Yeah,
Wait,
man, I'm
what-
trying to be
what's,
mucking. I'm on
what's
Patreon
mucking?
now. I'd also, it's in the song. They explain it in the song. So, unfortunately, but it's such a good beginning to the end, and I couldn't have imagined better people to watch it with and enjoy it with. It's been
sure.
amazing, man. It's been great.
For sure. Well, like I said, me and the boys will be back with our own sort of more in-depth breakdown. Takuna is going to come down with his own breakdown. Takuna, I mean, Nine, I know you just started the Patreon. Where can people find that? Follow that? Tell people what
What are the
it's all
tiers?
about.
It's
Tiers and stuff.
Patreon.com//9NerdYards, just like that. And it's $1 to get my content. I will be releasing my season 1 videos exclusively on Patreon and eventually getting to season 2. So check it out.
Dude, $1 is a great price for that.
Mm-hmm. Man, tip everybody out there. Don't steal like Tracy does. Don't do that. not this Tracy. This Tracy does.
Not this Tracy.
Yeah, not that one. I'm talking about
Regular Tracy.
go.
Tracy
regular Tracy. Yeah.
Also, Tracy might be having some dope pins. Might be having some 9NerdYards pins.
That could be the Patreon gift if you know.
Yeah, I think
levels.
so. I think it might be. I think that might be it.
What might be in the works?
Some pins coming.
Yeah.
Tracy, I love it when you call me Big Appa pin. That's my favorite one, man.
Hilarious. I love it. Well, let's take the outro here, guys, and let's.
Well, real quick before we do that,
yeah,
I got something I wanted to show you guys.
Okay.
You know about 2 of them, but
hey!
I got him to make Brian, Tyree, and Zazzy for today.
No, you didn't.
So amazing.
That's amazing.
If you guys want some,
have
let me
those.
know. Give me your addresses. I'll get them sent out to you.
Yeah,
Please,
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
yes. I need those. I don't even want to. I kind of want 2. One to like a 2
One
set.
to burn and one to keep.
One to just have. Yeah, just one to have. And also,
I got mine's over here somewhere. Hang
hold up what you're drinking, Tracy?
Oh.
What does Tracy got to drink for us today?
Oh God,
What,
dude? How's it taste?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's not bad.
Can I get a Chris Evans?
Drinker.
Can I get a Chris Evans?
So yeah, thanks. Shout out to my cousin, John Beard. He was in Cancun.
Love it.
Hell yeah,
let's shout outs
It's
to
not sold here in America.
shout outs to Jeff on that one and on that one.
Brilliant.
He can get you hooked up. That man's
Yeah.
got a plan right there.
Dude. I mean, it's a silly company I work for, but hey, we got fun shit.
If you Patreon enough, you might get one shipped out to you. We'll let you know.
I mean, we have some dope gifts on the way, so Patreon up.
I love it. Jeff, where can people find you if they want to reach out to you for all things Atlanta?
So
or for candles.
So the candles, and by the way, I told my boss, I was like, you need to make those last 2 characters and we need to get an ad up on Facebook tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You can try Skyping me at Don Cheadle's driveway at littledickie2.com. It's because of the hackers. You can try finding me on Facebook. If you are in Austin this coming weekend, you can find me at Pecan Street Fest. I'll be slinging these candles. And other than that, you can just try finding me out in the world because, hey, we don't got to wear masks anymore.
That's right. This we don't have to. Tracy, where can people find you if they want to reach out to you for all things Atlanta as this season, the final season, kicks off?
I'd say I'm basically going to be busy on Pindependence, shipping out pins. Next week, if you're in Austin, you can find me at the best film festival in the world known as Fantastic Fest, where there'll be 7 days of some of the weirdest and craziest genre movies. I'll be out there. Check it out.
Love it. Love it. 9, where can people find you if they want to reach out to you, watch all of your stuff? Just remind the people in case they don't already know, if they're not already on YouTube.
On YouTube and then also on Twitter, I started posting to my Instagram and I have a TikTok now and also the Discord where we will be talking and theorizing. There's over 200 people in the Discord right now. So go and hang out. You're going to surely find someone that you like to communicate with.
For sure. You can follow me, Money Blake Weather, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Just go ahead and follow 9NerdYards on YouTube, on Discord. Come connect with all of us. We're all there. Nine, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say thank you so much for being a great host. I feel like it is perfect for me to have you on my channel. Yeah. There we go. There we go. And yeah, guys, go follow Money Blake Weather. I know I'm going to be posting this on my channel, but I really couldn't have done it with all 3 of these motherfuckers because they are so great and funny, and we're going to be having a good time all season. So follow along.
Stay tuned.
Dude, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you always for bringing us to your channel and for including us in this season, man. Nothing but just a lot of gratefulness over here. Everybody out there, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Stay safe, stay good, and until the next episode, we will see you. Peace.